from Lifecare Sim Academy, Chennai. We at Lifecare train clinicians, paramedics, ambulance drivers, emergency medical technicians through simulation modes of training. So during this pandemic situation, we thought, why don't we train the volunteers who are in the plasma donor group, who are into counseling the prospective plasma donors. So that's the reason we have come out with this presentation. During this presentation, we will have PPT slides, and then we will be having a set of scenarios. So let's just have a look at the first scenario.
Hello. Hello. Am I speaking to Mr. Sharma?
Yes, speaking.
I'm Dr. Jayanti. I believe you had COVID and had recovered after 14 days quarantine.
Why are you calling now after all I have suffered?
Why, what happened? Now you're all right. What's the problem?
You want to know my problem? Everything was a problem. Hospital condition was not good, unhygienic. The progress was not informed to my family. Somehow I got treatment and stayed in quarantine after 14 days. Now why did you call me?
We called you to ask if you can be a plasma donor.
Oh, you're using me for your benefits, huh? No. I'm not interested in doing any plasma donation.
So please consider about it.
No, please don't bother me.
Can you call again?
No. Please don't call again, please.
Hello. Good morning. Am I speaking to Mr. Sharma?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Jayanti speaking on behalf of Delhi government. Have you recovered fully from corona problem?
Ma'am, yes ma'am, just now I have recovered ma'am, but still disappointed about the recent events ma'am.
Okay, what happened, sir?
Ma'am, my family depends on me ma'am, and recently because due to corona, everything, my family went to many problem ma'am. Just now I'm trying to recover from it ma'am.
Okay. Are you on any medications?
Not now ma'am.
Okay. We just called on to ask you for a plasma donation, sir.
Ma'am, I'm really weak ma'am. How can you expect me to give a donation ma'am? Anyways, what is plasma donation ma'am?
They take you to a hospital which is COVID free. There they do some basic tests for you, and if everything turns out well, your blood transfusion will be done. The plasma, which is a water, that will be separated from the blood, and it will be your blood will be given back to your body. You won't feel anything. You'll be perfectly comfortable. You need to worry about it, sir.
Ma'am, sorry to disappoint ma'am, but I'm not interested ma'am. I'm really scared about this ma'am. I don't want to go into corona situation again ma'am.
Think about it, sir, again.
No ma'am, I can't do this ma'am.
Can I call you after some time?
No ma'am, please don't disturb me ma'am. I'm sorry ma'am.
Now we have gone through this first scenario where the counselor was trying to use her communication skills to counsel this patient who is recovered from COVID-19. But do you think everything went on well, or do you think like there was some problems in the communication? Yes. So let us just discuss about it. It is something like she was, what went on well we will discuss first. She was able to discuss the plasma donation in a proper way. But what went wrong was the emotional assessment or the validation of the emotion of the patient was not done, ultimately resulting in the patient not willing to donate. So we have come out with this protocol, Buster protocol, which has a Eve protocol as a sub protocol in this, so that the counselors are able to really do a great job. So what is Buster protocol? So let us see what is Buster protocol. In this we have used Buster with, in the E of the Buster we have used Eve protocol. So each letter stands for each of the counseling skills of the counselor. So what is B? B is you be prepared, because we are calling the COVID positive patient. He can have any emotion. Sometimes he might just stop the call also, shut the call also immediately the moment he hears that we are talking. So you should be prepared for any type of emotion. So for that we should start with a greeting. We should tell them that we are so and so calling, and we are calling on behalf of the government, and what for we are calling, so that he gets a clear picture of what exactly is the reason we call them. At the end of it, we will be able to assess whether it is he's in the right mood and whether it is the right time to call, and we will be confirming whether we are calling the right patient. Many a times we would have called the patient and then the patient might be COVID negative also. So in that case, what we will do, we have to assure that we are talking with the right patient. So at the end of B comes the U. U stands for use positive listening. When the patient starts saying about whatever difficult situation he underwent, we have to use positive listening. That we can convey by just saying yes, go ahead, or you can just pick up a word from the patient's communication itself. Like he ends up with some word saying that like he had fever, so high fever, like that. If you keep asking, he will open up and then will be able to communicate in a better way. At the end of positive listening, and then we come to yes. Yes is 6 seconds rule. See, even though when we are prepared also, at any time the emotions might boil up. So during that time, when your emotions are also disturbed a lot because of the patient's behavior, you use a 6 seconds rule. Keep yourself calm and composed, so that like you will be able to rule over your emotions and then continue the counseling process. And the T stands for tell me more. Like if you ask them like, would you like to tell more about the difficult situation, they will be happy that there is somebody who is having their ears to listen to their problems. So at the end of that, there comes the emotions. In that we have E protocol. E stands for E is exploration of the emotion, B is validation of the emotion, and another E stands for empathic response. Let me just tell you some few examples for E, V and another E. The first, exploration of emotion. If you find that the patient is sad, you can just keep saying that yeah, I can understand how sad you feel now. Or if the patient is very angry, you can see that like I can see the reason for your anger. That way, once you explore the emotion, you can go to the next part of it. So like even when the patient at the end of the exploration of the emotion, he might feel bad, so we have to bring him to normalcy, just saying that like it is normal for everyone to behave like this. It is a totally different and difficult situation. Most of us behave like that. Even I would have done the same thing. Even I would have got angry. Those sort of things will validate his emotions. So then we will be able to continue our counseling process. So when we come to the empathic response, so we can just say by like I can understand what you are saying, this must have been very difficult. Or you can say like I got your point, it was really upsetting to know what you went through. So with this Buster and Eve protocol, we will be able to continue the conversation to some extent, so that we will be able to explain the plasma donation process, and we will be able to improve the number of donors. So the last R in Buster stands for response. We can greet them saying that like with your strength and with your you can use any words like with your strength and family support you have come out of this problem. Would you be interested in knowing about plasma donation? Most of the time we'll be able to reach up to that, and then once we start with that, we will discuss the plasma donation process, we will clear their FAQs, and then we will finalize our counseling session. This is how I have made it. So let us look at the corrected scenario.
Sir, I'm Dr. Manoj calling on behalf of Delhi government. Am I speaking to Mr. Sharma?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as per the records I've come to know that you are COVID positive and have completed 14 days of quarantine. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. This call is regarding to inquire regarding your health status and to talk about plasma donation. It will take around like 8 to 10 minutes. If you're okay, we'll proceed with the conversation. Otherwise, I'll call you back later.
I'm okay with it, sir. You can.
Okay, sir. How are you doing right now?
Yeah, now I'm fine, sir. No problem.
Okay, sir. Would you like to tell me more about it?
About the experience that I faced during Corona
Yes.
times.
Yes.
Sir, actually, after my results came positive, the government did not inform me properly, and all of a sudden they came and they took me to the hospital.
Oh,
And the management in hospital was not so good.
okay.
And they did not inform to my family about my progress.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I came, I recovered from the treatment, so now I'm fine.
Okay, sir. I'm really sorry for what you have been through. It was a difficult situation. I totally understand, and it was also not supportive. I guess that's what you said. So I don't think you can blame the government entirely because it was a new pandemic and they have never been exposed to such a pandemic before. So the government was also in a learning curve. That's why there are a lot of mistakes from the government side, and the way how you feel is quite normal. Like I would have reacted the same way like you did. So it's quite normal. So, and it's a really great thing that you have come out of it with the help of your family support and with your mental strength. So that's great. And now you have completely recovered. I would like to talk regarding plasma donation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. First of all, let me explain regarding the eligibility criteria. So, the donor must be around 18 to 60 years of age, and if the donor is like a female, she should never been pregnant, and if the donor is having any comorbidities like for example diabetes, hypertension, he or she will be eligible to donate only if it's under control, and the donor must not be anemic, and the main thing is that the donor must be asymptomatic for a period of 14 days. So these are the eligibility criteria, sir.
Okay, sir.
And okay, sir. Now let me explain you how the process of plasma donation works. First of all, sir, they will send you a cab at your convenient time. They will pick you up from your place and then they will take you to ILBS hospital, which is totally COVID free. And then when you reach there, they will run some basic tests which should be done before the blood donation. So, and also they will also run some tests to check your antibody levels against the virus. So everything goes fine, they will you will be like eligible to donate plasma. Once you're eligible, they will take your blood and they will run it into a machine which will separate the liquid part of the blood, which is called plasma, and this plasma contains the antibodies against the virus. So that will be separated and it will be stored separately, and the remaining blood components will be sent back to your body. After the process is complete, you will be allowed to rest for a few minutes, and they'll also provide you a certificate of acknowledgement by the government of Delhi, and then you will be taken back to your home. So this is how the process works.
Sir, is it completely safe?
It's totally safe, sir.
Okay, sir. As you're taking in the hospital, that's why I asked, sir. Is it a painless or it gives pain, sir, while donating plasma?
Actually, I wouldn't say that it is totally painless. It is a bit painful. You will just feel the pinprick sensation, that's all. Like the amount of pain will be very, very less.
Okay, sir. Will I become weak, sir?
No, definitely not, sir. You will not feel a thing actually. You won't feel a difference at all.
Okay, sir.
So, are you willing to donate your plasma, sir?
Yes, sir.
That's a great thing, sir. Despite going through a very terrible situation, you have come forward to help us. Really great, sir. So, may I know a convenient time so that I can send a cab to pick you up?
Sir, anytime, sir. Can
Okay.
come anytime.
Great. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Manoj, calling on behalf of Government of Delhi. Am I speaking to Mr. Sharma?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. As per the records I've come to know that you were COVID positive and have underwent 14 days of quarantine. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Why are you asking it now?
Yes, sir. Actually, I wanted to inquire regarding your health status and talk about plasma donation.
The health status, everything was a problem when I underwent the treatment, sir. No, government didn't take care of me well. The hospital facility was not good. They did not inform about my progress to my family. Well, somehow I got recovered and I now went home, sir.
Oh. Okay. I understand that you're emotional right now. It's totally normal to react such a way. So, would you like to tell me more?
Sir, what to tell, sir, everything. It was a difficult situation to come over, sir. So, not in a mood to speak about that, sir.
Okay, sir. One final question, sir. If given a chance to save 2 lives, would you do that?
Come again, sir?
No, sir. If you are given a chance to save 2 lives, would you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. I'll explain you how you can save 2 lives. I'll explain you regarding plasma donation.
Okay, sir.
In this corrected scenario, you saw the healthcare professional counseling this patient. There are 2 sets of scenarios in it. In the first set, the patient was not willing, but at the end of the counseling, he was giving his ear to the plasma donation process, and then he accepted. In the second one, the patient was angry, but even then, using some twisted questions, the counselor was able to make the patient understand the position, and then he has come forward with a humanitarian tendency.